Blog Talk Radio.
The number one podcast for plus-size women. I'm your host, Chenese Lewis, coming to you live from Los Angeles. Today is Monday, September 23rd, 2013. Make sure you like Plus Model Radio's Facebook page at facebook.com/Plus Model Radio and follow us on Twitter at Plus Model Radio. Chic and Curvy Boutique is the place for affordable, curvy fashion size 10 to 20. Visit their Inglewood, California location at 204 South Market Street or shop online right now at chicandcurvy.com and get 15% off of your purchase with promo code PMRadio. That's at chicandcurvy.com. Now, today on the show, we have the new blog editor for Plus Model Magazine, Marcy Cruz, and we have the author of My Fat Is Not a Flaw, TroJah Irby-Morgan, but up first is Jessica Blair. Jessica Blair has been on the move promoting curve, style, and confidence throughout the Chicagoland area. CBS Chicago featured Blair Chic Boutique as one of the trendiest boutiques in Chicago. Jessica recently was featured on a Fox News Chicago segment showcasing fall fashion trends for curvy women. Blair Chic Boutique has added personal and commercial styling options for the curvy client who faces wardrobe challenges, and a second location in Hyde Park will be slated to open in 2014, alongside designing her signature collection for fall 2014. In the midst of building her empire, Jessica Blair is a Latino entrepreneur who plays the role of mom, daughter, and wife, positively impacting the lives of other people around her. Let's welcome Jessica to the show. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Chenese. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for letting me be on the show today. I'm so honored.
Of course. Now, you have a lot going on, but I want to know, what were you doing before you decided to open a plus-size boutique? Was this just something that came out the blue?
Oh, no, I've always been a fan of fashion since a little girl, and I've always been plus size as well. So being a fan of fashion, I've always been looking for a place where I can shop comfortably and be able to find great clothing for the curvy girl. And for a matter of fact, I started off in insurance. I was in insurance, and then just try to go up the corporate ladder and decided that wasn't for me. I need to get into the fashion world and open a boutique.
So tell us about your boutique, Blair Chic Boutique. What kinds of clothing do you carry in the boutique?
Well, Blair Chic Boutique, we're located in Chicago, and in the Chicago, Illinois, Wicker Park area, and I carry all types of clothing. I carry from sizes 1X to 6X in different styles, and I try to feature designers, local designers from Chicago that do plus size. A perfect example is Chocolate Sushi Couture, local designer Chicago, and then I also carry designer from New York, Monique C., Gibri from Atlanta. I do some shopping in LA, and I also do overseas as well. So I try to incorporate different designs, unique designs for the plus size curvy girl.
So what is the price point of the clothing that you carry in the store?
The great thing is that I carry different price points. You can get a $20 tank top from Blair Chic and then go on the higher end and get a $200 Money C dress. So I have various price points.
So you have something for everybody.
Something for everybody.
So do you sell clothing online too, or it's only in the store?
Thanks for asking. I also have a website. I have an online shopping boutique. It's www.blairchicboutique.com, and you can find all the new arrivals on my website as well.
Okay. And you have a second location in the works?
Yes, we are looking to open a second location, expand our second location at Hyde Park, Obama's stomping grounds in Chicago. So we're in the process of getting that started.
So that means the Chicago area is really thirsty for a plus-size fashion.
Yes, us plus-size girls in Chicago love our fashion. So, yes, we are.
So you also have services at your boutique that you offer, like styling services. Now tell me, how does that work? Do you have to actually come into the store and try different things on, or how does your styling work?
Well, since I launched the boutique about a year ago, I've been doing a lot of styling for clients, for models, for Chicago personalities. So we decided to launch this. We saw there was a need for it, especially with the curvy community, and we offer styling consultations, closet makeovers, wardrobe makeovers, even like a monthly subscription where you can get for $50, you can come in and get an outfit for the month or get styled for that month. And you can come to the boutique, or we can go to your home, or we can meet up at a Starbucks, wherever you want to meet up at, and have the consultation.
And so when you have the consultation, do you just ask, like, what's their lifestyle and what, because you don't bring the clothes to the different locations, right?
Correct. What we do is we initiate the consultation and figure out exactly what you're expecting from the services. And then at that point, we'll set up an appointment where you can come to the boutique, or we come to your home with clothing that you selected, or based on your size or what you're looking for. So the consultation is just the first step, but then we schedule something to style you for that event, or that event that you have to go to or want.
Have you found that a lot of plus-size women don't really know how to dress to flatter their shape?
I do. I do get a lot of variety of women that love to step out the box, which is always my favorite. And then I have some clients that just, are not confident in how to dress their shape, what flatters them. So I get them from both spectrums.
Okay. And you have a big event coming up. Is with Latino Fashion Week. Now, first, tell us a little bit about Latino Fashion Week.
Yes, I'm so excited about Latino Fashion Week. It's going on in its 7th year, and they travel to Chicago, Miami, and LA. The good thing about it, this is the first year they're introducing plus size community to this event, which we're very excited about here in Chicago. And it's a whole week event, and it really focuses on exhibiting Latino designers, boutiques in the Chicagoland area to showcase their clothing or their products. And it's taking place from October 1st through October 5th, and it's going to be at a great location, the luxurious Block 37 Mall on State Street, 108th State Street, which is right in the middle of downtown. And then what we're excited about is the Love Your Curves show, which will be on Thursday, October 3rd, and that's where Blair Chic will be featured for the Love Your Curves luncheon, and it will be featuring cast of Nouveau TV's Curvy Girls. I don't know if you've seen that show before, but it's a great.
Of course, I've seen that show.
Yeah, so I'm really excited because I love that show. So I'm so excited that Blair Chic will be able to showcase their fashions, and in addition on the Curvy Girls. So
all 5 girls are going to be there, or do you know who is confirmed 100%?
I'm not sure if all 5 girls are going to be there. I haven't confirmed those details, but I know for sure I received Lorna's measurements so far. So
okay.
Lorna lists will for sure be there, but they are scheduled. All the girls are scheduled to be there, but I can't confirm that.
So the Love Your Curves luncheon is the plus-size fashion show during Latino Fashion Week. And so are you the featured designer for the Love Your Curves luncheon, or will there be other plus-size designers too?
I am the featured designer, or Blair Chic is the featured designer for that show.
And so did you pitch this to Latino Fashion Week, or they came to you because they knew plus size was popular? How did this come about?
Well, it was pitched to me. However, it was, we had it here for the past few years. And, I've been around for about a year now, or a little over a year, and I wanted to do the show last year, but they didn't have plus size. So I think there was a lot of feedback on that, and they reached out to me, different people that we know. Good. Yeah, and then they reached out introducing the Plus Fashion Week. I'm sorry, not the Plus Fashion Week, introducing the Love Your Curve luncheon, and we just got together and decided to be a great event or a great addition to Latino Fashion Week. It's real. You know, how many Latino plus size women do we have in Chicago? They needed this. So we're excited.
Yeah, I think it's fabulous. And so how much are tickets, and where can tickets be purchased for the Love Your Curves luncheon?
The tickets are $25, and that includes a gift bag, and it's from 11:30 to 1:30. And you can purchase your tickets online at Latino Fashion Week. Now, the week is spelled WK.com. So you can go to LatinoFashionWeek.com. If you need more information on it as well, you can follow me on my Facebook page, Jessica Blair, or Blair Chic Boutique. I also have it posted on my site as well. And you can purchase tickets online for that event.
So this is awesome. So this show is making history with Latino Fashion Week.
It is, and I'm glad that we're a part of it. This is epic. So we're very excited about it here in Chicago.
And so will the curvy girls be the only models? Are you using local models as well in the fashion show?
Yes, we are using local models. I don't know if you're familiar with Jessica Milagros. She's from Chicago. She's
IPM, right?
Yes, IPM, yes. I know she will be in this show. And I'm not sure if there any other models are being used, but I'm for sure know she will be in there.
Well, I'm excited. I can't wait to see the pictures. I wish I had a jet so I could fly out and be there.
Oh, of course. I would love you to be. I wish you could be here with us. We always have a good time, Chenese.
Yes. So I'm excited to see the pictures. I think it's great because diversity is needed with ethnicity and size. So I think it's absolutely beautiful to have something like this in the Fashion Week.
Yeah, so, thank you.
Do you have anything else coming up that we can be on the lookout for? Other in-store events, sales coming up?
Well, yes, I do have another fashion event coming up October 26th. It's Big Troop Chicago. It's called Curves Couture Chicago. I believe that's the name. But you can also see that on my Facebook page. All my events you can see on my Facebook page under Jessica Blair, or you can go under Blair Chic Boutique. We're posted daily. And I have a great summer sale going on, 50% additional sale on all my summer stuff, and I have some hot new fall arrivals in the store. So please make sure you follow me. You can also follow me on Instagram, Blair Chic, and Twitter at Blair_Chic.
And I got to say, you have a fabulous boutique. I had the opportunity to visit with you this summer and do an in-store event, and I had a really great time, and I think the boutique is fabulous. So I'm glad that you're being successful in Chicago.
Oh, Chenese, thank you for all your support. We had a great time for a great cause, and it was so nice meeting you, and I can't wait to meet you again.
Yes, definitely. And so tell us your official website that we can keep up with everything you have going on?
Sure. It's www.blairchicboutique.com.
Awesome. And the Latino Fashion Week website is?
It's LatinoFashionWeek.com. However, instead of week, it's WK. So LatinoFashionWK.com. And you can see all the events for the week and purchase tickets.
But the only part that's plus size is the Love Your Curves luncheon, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that's what we want to go out and support, the Curvy Girls.
Curvy Girls, October 3rd. That Thursday, October 3rd, from 11:30 to 1:30, the Love Your Curves luncheon.
Well, awesome. Well, continued success, Jessica, and keep me posted on everything you have going on.
Thank you again, Chenese, for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now, up next is TroJah Irby-Morgan. TroJah has a self-published book titled My Fat Is Not a Flaw. This book holds no punches as she aggressively discusses the common use and misuse of the term fat. In the book, she includes statistics, personal experiences, and plenty of inspiration and motivation. She discusses important topics like bullying, self-esteem, and confidence, and the difference between the two. Aside from the book, she is also the founder and CEO of an organization called Elite Plus Incorporated that hosts social and educational events for the plus community. Elite Curves is a group of plus-size women and overweight teen girls who have all, at some time or another, struggled with the concept of self-love, self-acceptance, and the true meaning of beauty. Let's welcome TroJah to the show.
Hi,
how are you?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you?
I'm good. So thank you so much for being on the show. So you have a lot going on yourself. Before we get into it, tell me, growing up, were you always curvy and confident, or was that something that came later in life?
You know what? That was definitely something that came a little later. I mean, I was in and out of being confident in my curves. I was always a bigger girl, but to everyone else, they thought that I was this confident and outgoing, and I was always into things after school, and I played sports and all sorts of things. So everyone on the outside thought that I had it all together. You know, I loved the skin that I was in, and TroJah, she's the big girl who can sing, and, you know. But really when I got home, the clothes came off, I looked in the mirror. I wasn't always happy with my body and you know, with my looks.
But you kind of just faked it, put on a mask.
I absolutely faked it until I made it. Like, it would just be, I always found myself as the quote-unquote go-to person for other people, for other girls that were just like me. You know, big girls couldn't really find their place. What kind of set me apart growing up from other people was I had the gift of a voice. So a lot of the things that I participated in was geared towards my talent, you know, singing, choirs after school, you know, and things of that nature. But girls who maybe didn't know exactly what their gift was or hadn't tapped into their artistic side, they would find kind of comfort in talking to me and trying to pull, I guess, the energy that I had to, you know, sing in front of people or be this boisterous person and give advice. But they had no clue that on the inside, I was just like them.
So what was the inspiration behind your book? So you pulled from some of these personal experiences, I would assume.
The inspiration really was life, and knowing that there were a bunch of other women and young girls out there that has gone through the same things, that I've gone through, and the fact that I was able to tap into some parts of my life that I literally and deliberately chose to try to forget. It was a little tough, but I did it, and I really think that being able to voice and talk about those things can definitely help the next person, move on to having what I like to say, confidence in their curves.
So one of the things I mentioned that in your book, you talk about how the term fat is misused. Now explain that.
Oh, the term fat is misused in so many different ways. Fat is actually supposed to mean an abundance of or more of. In my book, I also talk about in medieval times, if you attended a social gathering, you were kind of shunned if you didn't arrive with a fat girl or a plump-sized woman. So these days, our society and, this whole concept of sex sells and you have to be a size this to be beautiful or sexy, all of those things have definitely led to the misuse of this term fat. And because we don't really own that term, we kind of allow it to become a negative connotation instead of really just meaning an abundance of, or more of.
So you have been taking this book on tour. Now, tell me about some of the stops you have coming up on your calendar.
Well, coming up, we were on a little break. We've been to Chicago. We actually had a signing at Blair Chic a couple of months ago. We did. We went to Chicago, Detroit. We had the launch party in New York. Next up, we are and we're back in New York on the 5th at actually my event. It's called Bottles and Models, a PLUS Model Powwow. And I'll be there signing books. After that, I'll be in Philadelphia at the Curvy Closets event. I know that you had Dominique and Colleen on the show last week, so yeah. I'll be there. After that, I'm going to the Circle of Sisters. That's in New York. After that, we are at Virginia Full Figure Fashion Week. And then I think we're going to end the year in Miami at the 1426 Fashion Week. So we have a pretty full plate.
Yeah, I see you're doing a lot of traveling. And so if somebody is listening and won't be able to catch you at one of these events, can you purchase the book on your website?
Absolutely. They can purchase the book on the website, www.myfatisnotaflaw.com. We're on Amazon. And actually right now, because my book page actually reached 1,500 likes, I have an amazing sale going on, 50% off all books for this week only. And the details for that is on our Facebook page as well, /MyFatIsNotAFlaw.
Oh, good. We love 50% off. That's excellent. So besides being an author, you have a group called Elite Plus. Now tell me about this group.
Elite Plus is my baby. That's what kind of gave me the platform to even move on and do and write a book. Elite Plus is an organization that I started in my hometown of Newark, New Jersey, and it's just a group of plus-size women. And the main purpose is really to be able to bond and share and unite women of curves and kind of just talk about, teach and learn and, just experience each other and, just, I guess it's sort of like, some people will call it almost like a sorority. It's a sisterhood, really. So we have workshops, both educational and social, and we kind of started off doing things for women that's interested in plus modeling. So we have girls, sending emails and pictures. They think that we're a modeling agency. And I'm like, no, modeling is just one aspect. We're really a community organization. And our main goal is to really find out why, as plus-size women, we make some of the decisions that we make. Like, why can't we go to McDonald's and get a small fry instead of a large fry? There's some things that we choose to do in our life, as plus-size women, and we're just not happy. So it's about celebrating our curves, and embracing who we are. So we do that through these workshops and events, and we just want to create kind of an atmosphere where women can feel comfortable, and just be who they are.
So is Elite Plus a group that you have to join and have a membership? Is it like a membership organization?
It is a membership organization. Basically, if someone is interested in joining Elite Plus, they would just go to our website and fill out the Contact Us form. Someone will reach back out to them. It's sort of a little process. We kind of email, and then we sit down and have a face-to-face interview, and just to see what their expectations are as a member, and kind of just get a vibe and see, how we would, I guess, mesh, if you will. But it's not like a, member fee or anything like that. It's just an organization.
Okay.
Something, yeah,
So your big annual event you mentioned briefly is Bottles and Models. So tell me a little bit more about this event, because this is your big annual event, right?
It is. It's our biggest event of the year, and this is our third annual Bottles and Models. And I called it a Plus Model Powwow because it's a very intimate setting where we bring in women who are interested in entering the plus model world. And we kind of found in the last few years that even seasoned models, quote unquote, they attend the event to kind of get refreshers and, just it kind of reminds them of, what it takes to not just enter the plus model world, but to actually succeed. So we bring in what I like to call curvy professionals from the plus industry, and we've actually expanded it to not just give information on modeling, but we have, a makeup artist or someone that owns their own cosmetic line and designers and
So wait, let me stop you because I'm confused. So Bottles and Models is not a party?
No way.
Oh, okay.
No way.
I'm confused.
Bottles and Models is a social, and I also call it educational event. So it's a
bottles
really
doesn't mean champagne and alcohol?
No, that it's definitely champagne and alcohol, which makes it a social event. It's very laid back. It's a workshop at the end of the day, but it's really laid back. And the people who I choose to come in, they give it to you real. They don't sugarcoat anything. They come and they tell you, listen, to be a model, this is what needs to be done. To be a stylist, this is what needs to be done. For instance, one of our favorites who's coming back again this year is Jeannie Ferguson. This is her third time with us, and Jeannie holds no punches. She tells you like it is, and she talks about Plus Model 101. If you want to be a model, you need to know what a comp card is. You need to know, about your port and all of those kind of things. So it's not a party. It's a social and educational event, getting the information right from the sources.
Okay. So do you have anything else coming up that we can be on the lookout for?
Bottles and Models really is the main event right now, and then after that we're, hopping with the book for the rest of the year. So they can, anyone that's interested in the book, they can definitely go to our website, and our Facebook page to find out more information and which city we'll be in next.
Yes, and I haven't had a chance to get my hands on the book because all of your stops have been on the East Coast for the most part. So you got to come over to the West Coast on your book tour.
November 16th, I'll be on the West Coast. Thanks for mentioning that. I will be in California for, I think it's called the Stanique Experience or something like that. They're having something out there, and I was invited, so I'm definitely looking forward, and I hope I get a chance to meet you in person. I'm such a fan.
Yes. That would be fabulous, and I get a copy of the book signed when I see you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, continue success, and tell us the official website, your official websites for your book and your organization.
All right. For the book, My Fat Is Not a Flaw, you can log on to www.myfatisnotaflaw.com. And for Elite Plus, that website is www.elite+PLUSinc.org.
Well, awesome. Continued success with everything you have going on.
Thank you so much for having me, Chenese. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
And last but definitely not least is Marcy Cruz. An avid traveler, writer, and fashion lover, Marcy Cruz was born and raised in New York City. She was told by many that writing was not a real career, and because of that, she majored in forensic psychology at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Marcy went on to work for Red Cats USA, a plus-size catalog company, as a website administrator. During her 7 years at Red Cats USA, she went from being a website administrator for the King Size brand to working as a senior website administrator for OneStopPlus.com, and then working on the Jessica London brand as an online merchandising manager. Being a plus-size customer herself, Marcy was an asset to her team since she could offer a shopper's viewpoint on product and share her ideas from a customer's point of view. After leaving Red Cats USA, Marcy realized that being a writer can be a career and decided to pursue it while freelancing on social media projects. Since then, she has written for various online publications. Marcy was also on the production team for Full Figure Fashion Week for 2 years, where she handled the advertising for their Souvenir Journal and Step and Repeat media wall. She was also the planner and organizer of the shopping event. She is excited to be a part of the PLUS Model Magazine team and looks forward to continuing the merge of her writing career with her love for fashion while empowering women everywhere along the way to accept themselves as they are and love themselves no matter what. Let's welcome Marcy to the show. Hi, Marcy.
Hey, Chenese. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm honored.
Well, thank you for being on the show. And your bio is so elaborate. Like I told you before I read the bio, I had no idea you had all of this background in the industry. Like, you must be real quiet about it, or I don't know why I didn't know all this. So your career,
I don't know.
So your career with plus size fashion started off with Red Cats USA. So those listening not familiar with the brand, tell us a little bit about the company and what you did there.
They are a catalog company. They've been around for a long time. They own the Woman Within catalog, Romans, Jessica London, King Size Direct. They now own OneStopPlus.com. They're now known as the OSP Group. They changed their name. But they've been around for a very long time.
And so when you started working with Red Cats, were you already familiar with the plus-size community, or working with the plus-size brand introduced you to the community?
Actually, no. Before I started working for Red Cats, I actually worked for Continental Airlines. And I was working there for about 2 years, and I had gotten laid off because of 9/11. And I just came across the job on Monster.com and applied and was hired within 2 weeks. I had no idea. So it was pretty exciting. Yeah. I've been blessed to be in the right place at the right time.
But did you know about the plus-size community, like the local events in New York and the fashion shows? Were you exposed to that before working with Red Cats?
No, not at all. not at all, surprisingly.
And so do you find out about the plus-size shows and all the community activities from being with the brand?
Yes, definitely. And because of my job capacity, and I had to start doing research on competitors and what was going on out there, it was exciting because I've always been the big girl in the room. And growing up, I never had anybody else that looked like me around me. My friends were all thin. So I really didn't know what was out there. So it was kind of surprising in a great way. So it was
and then you moved on to work with King Size and One Stop Plus. And did you hold similar positions with those companies?
Well, with King Size Direct, that was my first position, and I was what they call the website administrator, which is the person that puts products on site. You double-check copy. You're in charge of anything that's related to the website. And then when I went on to One Stop Plus, it was kind of the same capacity, but it was more work, more involved. It was a great opportunity because they were just starting to create the site. So I had a part of the launch, which was pretty exciting. So, yeah, that was great. And then after that, when I went on to Jessica London, that was when I was promoted and I actually became the online merchandising manager. So I was actually the person who was, who had the website administrators, which I was previously. Now they were reporting to me, and I was more in charge of what was going on in terms of marketing and promotion on the Jessica London website. Yeah, so it was pretty exciting. It was a great opportunity.
Did you tell them to use some bigger models?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
And so your passion is really writing. And so you are a freelance writer, and you have your own blog called Fearlessly Just Me. Now tell me about your blog.
Well, for me, fear has ruled my life primarily, even more so than my weight. My weight was a part of it because I always had this fear I couldn't do certain things because of my size. I couldn't travel, even down to fashion. Oh, I can't wear sleeveless tops because I can't show my arms because I'm too big. I can't go here. I can't go there. And I just realized that fear was stopping me from truly living my life. And I realized I wasn't the only one out there because I would hear stories from people, not just women, just everyone, just saying how they felt they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. One woman was telling me she was scared to ride in the elevator. So I think that a lot of times fear gets in our way, particularly fear of the unknown. So I decided, let me start a blog, let me write about my own story, because we all have a story to tell, and hopefully if I can inspire at least one person, that's awesome. So basically that's what the blog is in a nutshell.
Okay. And so how did you overcome fear ruling your life, or is it something that you still struggle with?
Oh, I think everyone struggles with fear daily. I do. I'm not perfect, but, I think about a lot of what my dad used to say to me growing up. He would always tell me that, what counts is that you keep trying. We're not always going to win, but even when you fail, you're winning because you tried. So that's what I always remind myself, even when I walk out the door, because being a large woman, when I'm walking outside, I don't know what I'm going to encounter. I don't know if I'm going to encounter someone trying to take my picture on the bus and put it on Facebook with some funny caption, or if someone's going to tell me I'm fat and disgusting or be rude to me or whatever. You just never know. But I leave the house thinking, you know what, today could be my last day. So I'm going out the house and I'm going to enjoy my day the best way I can. And at the end of the day, we all have a choice. So I can't control what other people say or do, but I can control how I let it affect me. And those kinds of thoughts have helped me with my fear of things in my life.
And so on the blog, do you write about, your everyday encounters, or is it just, a little bit of everything that's inside your head?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. It's like my thoughts. Lately, I've been writing about my dad who passed away 2 years ago, and he died suddenly. So it was a pretty big deal in my life. So I talk a lot about that because it's also made me appreciate all the lessons I've learned from him growing up. I wouldn't be the person I am today without my dad. So It's a lot about that. It's a lot about, encouragement and just like my thoughts. And a lot of times, I'm thinking of things and I want to share with people like lessons that I've learned and things of that nature. And I've gotten great feedback, so it's all worth it. Because sometimes you're a little hesitant putting your life out to the world, but it's worth it when someone tells you you've inspired them, to wear a sleeveless shirt or to go to Europe, or something like that.
Well, that's awesome. And so besides writing on your blog, in October 2012, you had a short story club publishing a book. Now tell me about that project.
Well, I was on Facebook one day, and I saw an ad, like a post from Virgie Tovar, who is an educator, and she's an activist out in San Francisco. And she was accepting writing submission myself because my dream has always been to see the world. And I said to myself, I have to get over it because I don't want to be stuck in New York forever and not see the places that I've always dreamt of seeing. So that's what the story was about, how I overcame my fear. It's a great piece. The whole book is wonderful, actually. I really recommend it to anyone who, it's not just for plus-size women. It's just to be inspired, period. All the stories are very inspiring. So it's a great book. It's available on Amazon, actually.
Okay, we're going to have to get her on the show. And you are in the process of writing your own book, right?
Yes.
And so is it along the same lines of overcoming the fear?
Yeah, it's an extension of the blog, my first book. I actually have a couple of ideas on the shelf. I eventually want to be a fiction writer. And I actually have a story idea. I've written the first chapter for the fiction idea, but I wanted to focus on the first book, which is an extension of the blog. It's going to be called Becoming Fearlessly Just Me, and it's all about how I got to the place I am now. And it's more in-depth than the blog. So I'm hoping that it'll be popular and people will accept it and be inspired.
Now, and we mentioned that when I introduced you, you are the new blog editor for PLUS Model Magazine. So how did you connect with PLUS Model Magazine?
Well, it's actually pretty great because I didn't even know the job existed. The job found me, which is pretty great. Like this year, I had planned to go to Full Figure Fashion Week, but because of my schedule, I can only go for one day and go to a panel discussion. So it just happened that on that day, I was in the hotel lobby of the Athenaeum, and I bumped into Madeline Jones. And she had this big smile on her face, and she saw me, and she said, wow, I was just talking about you, and we need to talk when Full Figure Fashion Week is over. I have a great opportunity to discuss with you. And I was all excited. I'm like, sure. And it was this job.
So you two previously knew each other and you already had a relationship.
Well, it's funny the effect that you leave on people because Maddie and I had met a few years before. We had a great conversation, and we had seen each other briefly, but it wasn't like we had spoken at length since the day we met. But she remembered me, and, I always say I'm blessed because I'm always at the right place at the right time, meeting the right person. It's always been that way. So we talked after Full Figure Fashion Week. She told me of the position, and I was very excited about it. I accepted, and, this happened over the course of July. And then August 1st, I started the job.
Awesome. So what does a blog editor do?
Well, when I spoke with Maddie on what she was anticipating for this position, because no one had been in it before, she had said to me that she was looking for someone to be the voice of the blog. Basically that in a nutshell, someone who was plus positive, someone who embraced, the voice of PLUS Model Magazine, someone who could show how much we love the community, the industry, and fashion. So I've kind of taken the job and I've kind of run with it, and it's been awesome. I report news, I report fashion stories, trend pieces, which have been very fun and popular with the readers. We talk about designers, inspiring plus-size stories. We talk about entertainment. There was a great story I did on Kelly Osbourne's new clothing line that was very popular. We do event recaps because I'll be going to events also. And just stuff of that nature, just keeping the readers updated on what's going on in the PLUS community and really being PLUS positive and inspiring, too. You know, because Maggie said it was very important. She wanted someone who was fearless and funny and passionate. And she says, that's me. So, and I'm always humbled by that. I just think it's a great job. I love it. I'm having fun with it. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. You know, I'm just running with it.
Yeah, and I've heard since you've come on the team as a blog editor that the blog has just been thriving and booming, and you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you. Yes, you know, I'm just so humbled by that. You know, I'm just writing. I love to write. You know, when people ask me who am I, the first thing I think of is I'm a writer. That is, I've been writing since I could write. You know, I've been journaling since I was a kid. I love to write. So getting to do what I love and having fun with it and engaging with the readers and then working for a great team. I mean, everyone is awesome on this team. I couldn't be happier.
So if someone is listening and they have something they want to submit to be on the blog, how do they do so?
They can email me at Marcy, M-A-R-C-Y, at plusmodelmagazine.com.
Now, let's talk about what kind of content is inappropriate for the blog. Because when you put your email out publicly, I know you get a mix of things.
Right.
So what would be inappropriate content for the blog?
Well, let me say what I am looking for.
Okay.
I think that would be better. I'm definitely looking for any kind of fashion stories and anything pertaining to anything that you would think would be great for, you know, the magazine. Being that the blog is the voice of the magazine. And I'll give you an example. In the October issue of PLUS Model Magazine, which is the Love Your Body issue, which I'm excited about, I'm actually doing a feature in the magazine about retailers that offer above a size 24 because I'm a 26, 28.
Okay.
So a lot of people are shocked when they see me because I'm working for a model publication, you know, and that just goes to show you how plus positive we are. You know, I'm not discriminated against because of my size. And I'm a fashionista in my own right. You know, I may not be someone who wears designer brands from head to toe, but I still look good. I still want to look good no matter what my size is. So
exactly.
Right. So I'm always looking for stories in that nature. I'm always welcome to hearing about new designers, you know, retailers that have lookbooks, anything that it would be great for the readers to read, anything inspiring, things of that nature, you know. So and I got to say how good you are as a blogger because you blogged about a fashion show that I did for it was a cancer benefit. And you must have did research about the show, and you had posted that they were giving away free artwork. And so when I read it, I was like, where did she find that out from? And then the guy that was on the fashion show was like, where did they get that from? And he was like, it's true, but we didn't post it anywhere. I said, well, she must have did her research. I don't know how she found out, but you got all the details, so you get to the bottom of it. Definitely, because I believe that, like, I treat this blog editor position as if I'm writing for the New York Times. Like, I look at it from that aspect because, like I said, I'm a writer at heart. So a writer always checks his or her sources, you know. We always do the research. You just don't write something without knowing the background. And I'm that type of person. I need to be organized. I don't want anyone emailing me saying, you didn't check your sources or you didn't give credit to this person. I don't want that. Because it's so important to me because I'm representing PLUS Model Magazine. That's what I keep thinking. I'm not representing me. I'm representing PLUS Model Magazine, so I have to be on point. So
and you knew more about the show than I did, and I was hosting, so you were on point.
Well, I'm glad that it was that.
So what else do you have going on? You're writing for the Plus Model Magazine blog, and you're writing on your own blog and your book. Anything else coming up we need to know about?
Oh, actually, I think that's enough for me to have going on right now. Because the blog continues to grow, and it's only been almost 2 months now. I started August 1st, which I can't believe because time has flown. And it's like I said, when you're having fun with something, you don't even realize the time. So I know we have a lot of exciting things coming up, and I'm excited about it. And, and then I'm just trying to work on this book and get this book done. Because, I also have a day job, so.
Oh, you do?
I don't know how it is. Yes, I do.
I'm still in the plus size industry?
No, I'm a children's tutor, believe it or not. I've been tutoring kids grades 1 through 6 probably for about 4 years now.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
So you do have enough on your plate.
Yes. I had toyed with the idea of becoming a teacher, actually. So I don't know. I believe the sky's the limit. That's what I think. Do what you love.
Absolutely.
And just go for it.
Yes. Well, tell us your official website so we can keep up with everything you're doing, and then the website for Plus Model Magazine's blog.
Okay. My blog is www.fearlesslyjustme.blogspot.com, and the Plus Model Magazine blog is www.plus-model-mag.com.
Well, awesome. Well, it was an absolutely pleasure talking with you. I learned so much about you, and you have such a great personality.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, and I know I'll be talking to you more often because we're on the same team. So welcome to the Plus Model Magazine family.
That's right. Thank you. Everyone on the team is just amazing. This is like the best experience ever.
Well, awesome. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll be in touch soon.
Okay, Chenese, thank you. Have a great night.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care. Bye.
And thanks to all of my fabulous guests this evening. Tune in next week, and we'll have Plus industry professionals with stories to not only inspire you, but to keep you connected with the curvy community. If you're interested in advertising on the show or being a guest, visit the website at plusmodelradio.com. And if you haven't already, don't forget to join our fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/plusmodelradio and follow us on Twitter at Plus Model Radio. I've been your host this evening, Chenese Lewis. Thank you for tuning in and supporting. Until next time, keep thriving in your curves and be blessed.